The NBA season is in full swing, Steve-O. And we are going to do like a weekly show talking about the rookies, man. This is a big year from rookies, from Victor Wembanyama all the way down to Scoot Henderson. We're going to talk about all these guys right after the intro.
Welcome to the number one place for your daily basketball news and analysis, NBA Central.
All right, good morning, NBA basketball fans. Welcome to another episode of NBA Central. It's your boy, Big Bro. We got Steve-O Speaks in the building. Y'all already know. Hit us up at NBA Central Pod at gmail.com. All right, man. We about a week into the season, a little bit past a week into the season, and it's already been a good one. You got a few teams that have played like 5 games, a couple of teams have only played about 2 or 3 games, but we are smack dab into the NBA season, and I'm very excited to discuss these rookies, Steve-O.
For sure, these dudes definitely been coming out. I think it's been a tradition. I won't say tradition, but it's just been a ongoing cycle of these young dudes coming to the league and they ain't scared of nothing. They coming in the hoop, and that's what they've been doing for the most part. And it's been some surprising ones, and there been some not so surprising ones, to be honest.
Oh yeah, of course. You got the crop of 19 to 20 to 21 year olds. All of them are pretty much in the top 10 as far as scoring is concerned. But we gotta lead with the Wimbinator or whatever they call him,
The
Wimby.
Wimbinator.
Wemby, Victor Wembanyama. My man has been doing his thing for the San Antonio Spurs. And the other night, him and his other young players, they stole a game from the Phoenix Suns.
That
And
was crazy.
it was nuts because the Suns were up 17 points or something like that, and these young fellas came storming all the way back in the second half. Victor Wembanyama had a tip dunk which led to a steal on the next inbound play and then a layup for the San Antonio Spurs to steal a game in Phoenix at that versus the Phoenix Suns. Man, that was really fun to watch.
Bro, it was crazy because like you can still see like during the game, like he was still trying to figure his way out. He was still trying to get. I think one of the main things that's going on with him is that he's coming from a league that's so physical that
Mm-hmm.
like those physical things that you do over there will cause you to be in foul trouble over here.
Oh
And I
yeah.
think that was a lot of it. I think some of the time it was just him adjusting to okay, I can't do this. They're going to pay attention to that. There's certain things they're going to pay attention with me that I got to learn. And I feel like, and even during the game, like you can see, Coach Pop is not letting it easy on him. If he makes a mistake, he's on him about it. It was a time I think it was in between, I believe, before halftime where he was just not doing things correctly. I think he had a lackadaisical pass. He was in a post trying to feed Zach Collins, who was diving down the middle, and he just did it with one hand, and it was a turnover. And Pop's like, "Bro, you can't just do that no more. Like, you can't just do these little lazy passes. Everybody's on that today." And ever since that talk, his play just improved and improved. It got better and better. Coach put him in at the right times, and at the right times, he showed up and had an impactful plays on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, I mean, he's averaging a little bit under 30 minutes, about 27 minutes per game. And a lot of that has to do with foul trouble because obviously he would be, around 30 minutes per game or a little bit higher. 16.3 points on 46% from the field. I expected his field goal percentage to be a little higher as well, but he is kind of like more of a perimeter player. He shoots a lot of jump shots. And then you also have what I thought would be a little bit higher as well, 26.3% from the 3-point line, but it is early in the season, and what's standing out is the 2.3 blocks and 1.5 steals per game. That's not bad, and 7.5 rebounds. But right on his heels, is Chet Holmgren from the Oklahoma City Thunder. Now, Chet Holmgren is in basically a win now situation with the Thunder. Like, obviously, they're not expected to win the championship, but they are expected to be one of the better teams this season with SGA stepping forward, and Chet is going to play a major role in if not the Oklahoma City Thunder do take that step forward. In his 5 games played, he's averaged about 16 points per game on 60% shooting from the field, above 50% shooting from the three, and 80% from free throw, but from blocks, this man has 2.6 blocks a game and one steal. He's looking really good out there in Oklahoma City, even though Andre Drummond crossed him up in his first game of the season.
On bro, he did. I think a lot of people are suffering from the Wemby syndrome, and what I mean by that, I think everybody kind of forgot about Chet. I mean, he did have that injury in his true rookie year, and he sat out that whole year. And I think a lot of people forgot about him. And a lot of people didn't put him into the game plan to me this year, and it's coming out and smacking them in their face, and he not realizing. I felt like he was gonna have the same impact defensively wise, because I feel like when it comes to him and Wimby game, him and Chet, the defense was always gonna come first. Their anticipation and their timing is very great for the age that they're in. Usually that comes along later in life, but we already knew that was going to be in. But also that now he's starting to understand and find a flow within the offense, and he's really looking like the second to third option on that team, which is pretty much good in his situation. And the fact that he's starting to realize that and it's becoming quicker, the chemistry you clearly see is building with Shea, building with Giddy, it's building with the whole team. So I think I really feel like mainly with him because I feel like it could be the same thing where they're cracking down on him, just like Wimby are, or sometimes like in some cases they're cracking down on him because of the name. But I feel like a lot of people forgot about Chet.
Oh yeah, nah, I ain't forget about him. I kind of
Yeah, for
figured
sure.
that him and Wemby were gonna be neck and
Neck and
neck.
neck. Yep.
And I think Oklahoma City, man, they got some big plans out there. They got about 1,000 more draft picks over the next couple of seasons.
All
So
right.
we gonna see what these guys do, but they should be players in the Western Conference for years to come. Now, Brandon Miller is somebody who everybody was wondering, was he gonna be drafted in front of Scoot Henderson, after Scoot Henderson, so on and so forth. The Charlotte Hornets decided to go ahead and pick this guy up, and he's been playing really well. And I think is off the bench for the Charlotte Hornets at least a couple of times this season. Now Charlotte is 1-3 for the season, but it's not because Brandon Miller hasn't played well. He's improved his numbers each game that he's played this season to the tune of about 15 and a half points per game, almost 50% from the field, and he's shooting above 40% from three. And five rebounds or some 6 rebounds, 2 assists. You're not gonna expect too much from him in the defensive department, but he is out there taking care of business for the Charlotte Hornets and looking good with LaMelo Ball.
So it's like he's looking like the a younger version of PG. It's like we've seen this story before. Like
Hmm.
I think one of the main things I'm liking about his game is like he's a legit all level scorer at this age already. And
Hmm.
people might be looking at him come on the bench as a detriment, but I feel like it's not. I feel like it's a time where he can start figuring out his ways and scoring. And it's showing like he's starting to understand where his spot's at, how to get to him, understanding the flow of the offense. And it's not easy playing with somebody like LaMelo Ball. Not because it's like he's so difficult to deal with, it's because I feel like out of all the playmakers in this league, the way he play makes is a little bit different, and it takes time to actually understand how he gets in his tendencies. So I think a lot of the time he can learn how to do Lamelo is by watching him. So I
Hmm.
think this him being on the bench right now will also help him in the future.
Now, rounding out the top five, you got All-Star Thompson and then Jordan Hawkins
What
for
you
the.
just call him, Osir?
It is it Assure?
I
Like
think it's a sir,
it's
a sir.
AUSAR, but Assure Thompson.
I think it's that. I ain't never heard no Osir or whatever.
I'm pretty sure his grammar school teachers is Usher, Acer, Mr. Thompson, but you got
Well, you
Jordan
know they was
Hawkins.
calling him Twin. That was his name, Twin.
Facts. But the Thompson twin, and then you got Jordan Hawkins for the Pelicans, and both of these guys are complementary pieces for both teams. Coming off the bench, averaging about 10 points per game. But what's shocking me about Thompson is he's averaging 2 blocks a game. Now
That's
that's
shocking
not
you.
bad. I mean, yeah, I mean, he's coming from the help side defense, getting 2 blocks a game is pretty shocking, and for me at least. And he's averaging 9.8 rebounds a game.
I
That's
I'm
That's a
not.
lot.
The reason I'm not.
For me, I'm
Well, yeah.
shocked.
The reason I'm shocked that you're shocked because I've told you on multiple occasions. I'm like, dude, probably gonna be the best defending blocking guard in the draft. Like, I see a lot of shades of later on D Wade on the defensive side when it comes to him. Like, for one, he's pretty long. That people don't realize that the both of their wingspan is fairly long, but like his whole player style is grit and grind to me. Like he go gets that rebound, he go gets that block. We saw him sit down and let Zach Levine not go nowhere when he had like 50 at the time. So I felt like I always knew that it was already there. Now I will say the shocking part is not the blocks to me is the 8 rebounds. I didn't think he was gonna be able to get like 8 rebounds off the rip like that. That's the shocking thing to me. But
9.8. That's almost 10.
yeah. But I was asking you, are you more shocked that it's him instead of his brother?
No, not necessarily. I mean, I just thought his brother would have more opportunity in Houston.
I think he did, and just to let share, like I think he did just tweak his ankle last night. So
And he hurt himself in the preseason too, if I'm not
yeah,
mistaken, right?
I think it was the same thing, ankle.
So, and he's averaging way less minutes.
Hmm.
Thompson is averaging at about 30 minutes, whereas his brother's only at about 16.7. So he's gonna
Hmm.
have to, work his way into the rotation properly. In the top 10 of rookies, rounded out by Scoot Henderson, Derek Lively, Keontae George, some old rookie named Sasha Vizenkov, and Kasan Wallace. But speaking of Scoot Henderson, man, like he's probably the one rookie that I'm the most disappointed in. He's getting about 30 minutes per game. With the Portland Trailblazers, but he's only averaging 8.8 points and shockingly enough, only 4.6 assists as well. I expected him to be up a little bit more, averaging double digit points and maybe about 6 assists. As someone that they basically is expected to hand the keys to this young man who's been playing for the G League at night, but he's only 19. Obviously, he's going to grow, but he's playing pretty pedestrian at the moment.
I I think I'm taking into account as that he's really the fourth option on that team. We really look at it. Like you said, they just brought in Aiden, and I can't determine who's the number one option yet. It's still a little bit early, but last night it was definitely Shaden Sharp. But
Yes,
like
easily.
I think it's just with every other rookie that we named, there's still either it's a lot of like I don't knows when it comes to this team because like for example, with Chet, you know, he's probably gonna be a number two option. He not better than Shea. We understand that. When it
Mhm.
comes to Brandon Miller, it's like, okay, we got a lot of young dudes around here. We're gonna bring you off the bench because we know the value of type of scorer you are, and then we can slowly bring you along when we feel comfortable. When Wimby, you a center. We need a center. You can be the number one option, but you're not yet. You can be though. With Scoot, it's like you got Grant, who you just paid. You got Aiden, who you just brought in. You also got Shaden Sharp, who's looking like maybe your future cornerstone. If Scoot is not, it just I feel like it's early, and like you said, he for the most part he's since high school and the GU night, he's been the number one option. Now he's
Mhm.
third or fourth. So I
For
think
me,
he's just getting used to it.
it's about taking advantage of the opportunities for me though,
That
Steve.
true?
And
That's true.
35% from the field is not going to cut it, especially for somebody who plays downhill. And 9.5% from three. You're gonna have to learn how to shoot if you want to stay in this league, young
At
fella.
least take him.
Yeah, and you know, he's taking them. He's taking four threes a game. He's only
Oh,
making
that's bad.
yeah, he's
That's
making
bad.
less than 10% of them. So it's like, that right there is going to have a major uptick if he wants to be successful in this league. And he has the opportunity. He's just got to take better advantage of them. So yeah, man, that's a good look at the rookies this week. Next week, we'll do another recap of how the rookies are looking. But obviously, it's the Wimby show. Chet Holmgren is in there, but Brandon Miller is going to make enough noise to make this conversation interesting as the season goes on. And obviously, we wish nothing but good health to all of these guys so we can get a good enough sample size to see who's going to come out on top and win Rookie of the Year. So y'all already know how we do over here, man. We appreciate y'all for rocking with us on NBA Central. We appreciate y'all for rocking with the entire Chi-Town sports family, from all your Chi-Town Chicago sports needs and updates, from the Bears to the Bulls to the Chicago Sky to the Blackhawks to the White Sox and Cubs. You guys already know what to do. Follow us, like, share, tell your mama and your mama's mamas, and of course, rock with the Shot Bulls podcast with the Cognac Boys, C-Dub and Bobby. Anything else, Steve-O, before we get up out of here?
Nah, just stay checking in. It's basketball season. We coming.
Yes, sir. You already know the content about to be ramping up, baby. Let's get it.
Bro.
This has been a presentation of the Breaks Media.